kiss for you.
Alright, today we're going to be quickly looking at the Minecraft trailer that just dropped, and the reason I'm looking at this is because, well, everyone seems to be talking about it. There's 225,000 likes to 208,000 dislikes. The ratio here doesn't look that good, and I've watched the trailer, and I have some thoughts as someone that is on the more technical side as an older player of this game. We've heard about the Minecraft movie for a long time now. It's been in, rumored development for a while. We were originally thinking, oh, okay, this might work if it's like animated or something. Well, then we quickly find out it's not going to be animated, it's going to be live action, and that's about all we hear about it for about 5 years, and now the trailer has dropped all of a sudden. So, first thing you're probably going to notice about the trailer, I can't show it here, but the first thing you'll probably notice is that it's a live action mixed with CG, and I just kind of wanted to talk about why that might be, and maybe why people are kind of a little bit concerned about that, and all that. So, quick background, really quickly. I started my channel, my first channel here, kind of with Minecraft and with Minecraft creations. I had a couple maps, which were basically kind of like levels or scenarios. I had a mini game, one called Lava Run. I had a multiplayer one similar to Splatoon called Rebound. I also had a survival tundra thing that I was working on for a while that never quite got finished, but I got, around 50% through it. So I have a decent amount of experience making maps and kind of being in that sort of designing and developing framework of Minecraft. And the reason I kind of talk about this is because a lot of people might not have that background, and so they're not going to be able to kind of bring together, I think, a lot of the components that are pretty relevant in this trailer. The first thing, the CG that is being used for the background of the trailer, this kind of hyper-realistic Minecraft, this oddly shaded one. A lot of people are a little bit, why is that, so realistic? This isn't gonna work with the style they're going for, all that. And I'll say that in comparison to something like the Minecraft story mode, which we'll get to, and other Minecraft outside of the original game kind of creations, you can get Minecraft to look like the trailer, mostly, that was shown. There's shaders and resource packs that you can do to make Minecraft kind of look like that. A bunch of shaders here kind of just change the way the lighting works to be more similar, and more importantly, you have something like Modern Arch, which is able to get that very realistic looking Minecraft materials. So like here's an Eye of Ender, right? You have very detailed stone and stone texturing and soul sand and armor sets and grass and stuff, and so you can get Minecraft to look pretty similar to maybe what it looked like in the trailer. So that's not a super big issue. Also understand the audience that this is going for is younger Minecraft fans that aren't going to understand that. And so what they're going to see is a weirdly realistic version of Minecraft that they're probably not used to. A lot of, YouTubers and stuff and commentators aren't necessarily going to be using this high fidelity of a Minecraft experience, and so it's going to be, maybe it's a little bit of a disconnect compared to like what they're used to seeing. And so you can really see that when we look at something like Minecraft story mode. Telltale game, and it had a very similar, it was like the first way, hey, can we tell a story in Minecraft? Is that even possible? And the answer we found out was yes, it is possible, and it does work pretty well. But obviously you have to make some concessions. The Telltale game was very linear, not linear, but very, point and click, on rails, that kind of thing. And it had a similar style to what Minecraft did. They were able to kind of recreate that with the blocky characters and all that, and have the story itself kind of work its way through the Minecraft sort of systems and, the crafting of it, and similar to what they're doing in the trailer here, but in a little bit more grounded setting. I believe, and I think a lot of people were thinking that's what the live action was going to try and ape, was this Minecraft story mode kind of setting. Maybe it was going to do similar to what the new Jumanjis do, where they're just going to be teleported into the world or anything else. What you really end up seeing is this commitment to this blocky voxel-based style, but more realistic, right? As going back to kind of this setup, right? Very realistic kind of setup with the trees and the leaves and all that. That isn't like a problem. It's just a very important note of, okay, we're going for this style. And so when you go for this style and you're putting all this here, and then you put these very oddly costumed and out-of-place actors in front of it, there's a little bit of a disconnect there. But I think what you need to kind of understand about, this setup for Minecraft Story Mode is that this wasn't the only media we had to kind of reference when developing a Minecraft movie. You have the story mode, obviously, but you also have animation and other outside work. Slammacow was one I used to watch quite frequently. Obviously, he doesn't post anymore, other than for an unfortunately failed game that he tried to start. But Slammacow was one, and he was really popular because he was able to kind of do these very intricately detailed, at the time anyway, animations and very smooth animations, and kind of also emulate that style of brick texturing and all that. And so when we have these kind of setups here with all this animation and all that, you think, okay, that's obviously what the Minecraft movie is going to be, and it's not that. What I kind of really want to compare it to is the potential, the live-action Legend of Zelda. The reason I'm kind of looking at this is it's also going to be a live-action, when everyone thought animation could probably be better, adaptation of a video game series. Now, the difference is Nintendo proved with the first one that they were doing, the Mario movie, that they can have a level of craft and attention to detail in that movie that will probably make this work pretty well. They also have a director, Wes Ball, that did the recent Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes movie, as well as the Maze Runner series adaptation, and those mostly went pretty well. So people are pretty happy with this. They think he can probably do a good deal adapting this to live action. So that's a confidence there. The issue with the Minecraft trailer here is that the confidence level for this, being done by Warner Brothers, is a pretty good publisher for this, but it's being directed by the director that did Napoleon Dynamite and Nacho Libre. So it's obviously trying to be a more comedic style versus the adventure style of the Mario movie. That's going to be really tough when you get into kind of concerning system or setup you have here, where it's not very clear what the actual story is going to be, right? Minecraft doesn't really have a set, neither does Mario, to be fair, have a set story, but what Mario does have is iconic characters and locations and sound effects that you can use to kind of build a basic story, but kind of have it run off of the attention to detail. This does look, relatively speaking, pretty interesting from a world design setup, right? You can see the world design in this shot and in some other shots here that they're pretty, well defined, similar to the Mario movie aesthetic that they're going for. The issue is that this aesthetic runs quite counter to what a lot of people are expecting from the movie. You can't really see that right now from the trailer, but this does not look good in motion. And I think it's primarily because whatever setup they use to get these characters and get this animation working is at odds with these are very realistic characters for the piglets compared to what they would be in game. But they're animated like they would be cartoony, like they would be bouncing everywhere and rah rah rah, right? Like the Angry Birds movie, for example, that kind of cartoony bounciness. And I think that's actually a good setup here. Let's look at the Angry Birds movie, because that was another thing that people were like, oh, what's up with this animation style, right? But I think that went pretty decently, and you can see because the pigs for this movie match the style that you would kind of expect an Angry Birds movie to do. There's two of these, and the pigs look like this. If the pigs, instead of this green cartooniness, looked like these terrifying pigs, the movie wouldn't be doing it. And I think even if you were to take this screenshot here and replace all the other ones with live action or more realistic versions, right, and have the pig there, I think something like this with a pig still wouldn't work, because it's not a cohesive sort of element here. And you really start to, when you learn how, the right and wrongs of kind of setting all this up, you'll realize maybe we should kind of meld these better. Because another thing you can see from this image, the stick here is like a normal Minecraft stick. It's the same kind of style and setup of stick you'd see in Minecraft story mode, right? The same pixel art aesthetic, the same setup for the pixel art here. You can see that in the stick. And that's a really weird contrast when you have a stick here that's the normal stuff, and then you have these really realistically shown piglets. And so you just get that clash. And regardless of, even if they made the sort of live action characters blocky and pixely, that still wouldn't totally set the Minecraft movie. This is not instantly identifiable as Minecraft other than the stick being here, right? You could easily mistake this for some other kind of movie, like a Playmobil movie or a Lego movie or something like that, if they didn't have some of the more recognizable elements. And so right here, this shot's a good example. This is Nether. You can kind of tell that because the lava flowing down, all that makes sense, and you have the piglins there. But if you compare it to a similar shot in the Mario movie, you'll see that the Mario movie has these elements working together a little bit better as a cohesive castle, as a cohesive layer. This just kind of feels like you put a person here in front and you have this giant green screen of an effect. And I think the main point I wanted to make is this is a movie targeted to kids. It's using elements that only older or more experienced players would understand, like using resource packs and shaders to create the art style they're going for. It does not use the same thing as Minecraft Story Mode or the other animations we've seen, and so there's that large disconnect between what we're seeing and what we're expecting on screen and what we're actually getting. Combine that with the unknown attention to detail that we might get from a movie like this as compared to what Nintendo was able to do with the Mario movie and then hopefully the Zelda movie. And you get this really, like, you can see that the Mario movie was obviously a lot of attention went into that. Even from the first trailer, there's that excitement. There's some, question about some things, but the sound effects are there. The art style looks great, right? It's all cohesive and it makes sense. This movie doesn't give that same kind of feeling, and you can especially see it in a shot like this. You have darker lighting that you wouldn't necessarily see in any other format of this. You have more realistic characters here and more kind of darker setting, and then you have this awfully lit, weirdly out of focus person right here that's just kind of plopped in the middle of it. And that's kind of, I think, what the entire trailer, at least so far to me, kind of feels like, is that out of place thing. It doesn't feel like this is targeting kids. It feels like this is targeting maybe fans, Minecraft or other Minecraft properties. Because I still know a bunch of people that are playing Minecraft that are younger, and they play the mobile edition, right? Or they'll play it on the Nintendo Switch or something. And it's a completely different experience than this whole thing, right? So hopefully it works well. I'm not here to like bash on it or anything. These are the things I noticed, especially comparing it to what we've already seen, especially of what we're potentially able to see. It just feels like it's targeting kids, but it's using a bunch of elements that I don't feel like actually target kids and what kids would be understanding of, as this is